I long for a day when it's totally not acceptable for grown men to date teenagers. Like just one day, I hope that somebody like Dane Cook will not be able to proudly talk about marrying a woman that he allegedly started dating as soon as she turned 18. One of the least funny men ever, who also got, whose career was canceled for stealing Louis C.K.'s material. Okay, so this little pedo got in trouble for stealing a schmegulal assaulter. Like y'all, the comedy world, as someone who went up in the ranks, the comedy men are Russell Brand. Hello, comedy men are some of the most terrifying men I've ever come across. Not all comedians, right? But I just want to inform y'all of some stuff about this d bag. So I'm not really sure if it was 15 when they started dating, but they've been hanging out since she was a teenager, like but under 18 teenager. Now, how do I know that? Because these men are so arrogant and have no shame that they do this stuff right in front of us. So this guy, for quite some time, he has been posting these little game parties that he has. He includes a photo and is just like, look at me and my friends playing games and watching movies. Look at my friends, aren't we cool? Look how many friends I have. And we're all so cool, and we hang out in Hollywood and watch movies and play games with teenagers. I think it's really funny that he even uses the word boys and girls. You should just be saying girls, because most of these men are middle-aged men. Seth Green is in there. That dude is old. Like, I know that I will always think of him as a kid because I'm a Gen Xer, but look, look at this man. Why is he hanging out with teenagers with his buddy Dane? So if you want to read a terrifying Reddit thread, this one on Reddit, it is so thorough. It includes links to all these photos that just say, like, obviously you have to kind of connect dots, and none of this is all alleged in terms of what was happening. But I'm sorry, why is he hanging out with teenagers? One of the girls that was a teenager that was hanging out with him, he's now married to. And they officially started dating as soon as she turned 18. But she's been hanging out at his house, eating pizza for a while. So this Reddit post, there's two parts of it. It includes like the how old these people are, when the pictures are taken. It gives links. Now, again, this is most of this is it's making a lot of assumptions, but y'all know how predators are now, right? Louis C.K., Russell Brand, Dane Cook. I mean, Woody Allen. Woody Allen was making movies about dating teenagers a long time ago. And then we're like, wow, oh, he married his stepdaughter? Like they have no shame. They're just like, yeah, I'm doing this thing. Bill Cosby joked about what he was doing. That's why never, don't ignore men's jokes, y'all. It's either what they're doing or what they want to do, or it's pure projection, or it's hatred towards you. But it's so rarely are men's jokes just funny. But there's a picture, see, on October 23rd, 2016. She's 17, his now wife, going to a game night at his house. I mean, it'd be one thing if like this was all just alleged, but the dude literally bragged about it on Instagram. Like, he has so many posts of how fun his game nights with all his friends are. And the teenage girl that is now a woman who he is married to is in these photos. So he also like posts stuff like this. And by the way, 15 and 16-year-olds are in photos with this man. And then he later goes on to be like, look at my friend. Like when her Poltergeist came out or whatever. I don't know anything about this woman. I don't care. He's like, my homegirl. This is a girl who has been hanging out at his house as a teenager for a long time, as a teenager. And he's like, look, another photo with her. She's 16. Like, I'm sorry, but if my daughter, a 16-year-old, was taking photos like this with a very powerful, famous, rich comedian who is like in his 40s or whatever, I would be very concerned. There is no reason for her to hang out with this man. And, he's gotten some criticism for these game nights. I'm sorry that I have the Daily Mail. I hate the Daily Mail. But sometimes they actually summarize things way better than other publications and will be pretty bold about it. And he's like, Dane Cook, 50, is accused of inviting young girls as early as young as 14 to game nights at his mansion. And his now fiance, who's 23 now, was 17. It'd be one thing if this was just all alleged in terms of having these game parties, but the man not only posted these proudly on his Instagram, but then tagged all these people. He's tagging teenagers. Russell Brand, Dane Cook, pretty much almost every rock star from the 90s. I mean, so, y'all, Steven Tyler, like so many of these men have been bragging about dating teenagers for decades. And we're just like, oh yeah, that's just how men are. They just like them young. No, do you know what that's actually called? Can we say the word? And I'm a survivor of childhood SA. This is why I care so much about it. Okay, been groomed by many men from early childhood into adult. You know, until I was even at 21, I was getting groomed by 40-something-year-old men, and it wasn't about my looks, and it wasn't about my, beauty or any of that stuff. It was literally because I was an easy target because of a lot of trauma and been groomed by so many men before. I thought it was normal. And it's because they can sense when a woman doesn't have very good boundaries. I'm not victim blaming here. I'm just saying that these men are predatory and they're very good at what they do. And they test you a lot. A woman who apologizes a lot for things that she shouldn't be sorry for. A woman who laughs at things that she should actually be uncomfortable with, which all of us have done, but that's all I used to do. I would never get mad. I would laugh, things like that. They look for that stuff. And then the thing that makes me mad is it never ends. Even when they're in their 70s and 80s, they still feel entitled to young women who don't know any better, especially to become their hospice wife. They love younger women, not because they're so mature, but because we don't have enough trauma yet or healthy experiences to compare it to know that these men are sick. And they're all over, y'all. And it's only getting worse with the help of corn. Do not let men hang out with your teenage daughter. Do not marry a man. And my mutual Cecilia did a great video on this yesterday or so, whatever. And she talks about this a lot. A lot of men are using single moms to get to their daughter. And as somebody who, my best friend at church was Scott. I think I was 10 and he was 35. He's now married to a woman with 2 teenage daughters. I went and checked up on him. How much do you think that's because he really wants to be a dad? I'm telling you, we need to have a serious reckoning and really start to look at how sick a lot of men are and how they're conditioned to go after younger women for the sole purpose of exploiting them. Please, please listen to older women who've been through the ringer with these men. Not all older women. A lot of older women are pick-me's and will literally throw you to the wolves. But women who are very suspicious of men, please listen to us. We learned lessons the hard way from our own experiences and those of our friends. Do not trust men until they prove that they're trustworthy. It should not be the default. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not being a jerk. It's being smart and safe. And as a white woman, I understand that my trust never a given. I have to earn that trust, and it can be revoked at any time. And guess what? I'm okay with that. I understand. I get it. And realizing that is what made me understand that I need to have that approach to men, towards men. You do not get my trust. You have to earn it over a long period of time and consistency. And anything can make me revoke it. Because this is life and death. No more benefits of the doubt. More men are predators than we want to realize. And until we can face that fact, I don't really think that things are going to get any better.